SALONE network. We don't come to una today again with the health show with me, una host, Salome Heights. And I get the other person where they come present with me when I've been to Bangura, instead of a trained nurse, we're based in the UK. Like I always say, in a big woman and nursing, they do dialysis, anemia, all kind of interventions. It don't master them one and day. So it can come for we do some health issues where they help with people in a salon. We saw it a few days there, a few weeks to not be able for the come because all man get family issues. Some people that have work issues because of this COVID-19, the coronavirus, the ambogui. So now it make not be the come, but we hope say una families are all okay and una there for listen to we. So I will make Miss Bintu Bangura introduce himself.
Hello, good evening, Midwife family. Una welcome back. Today, Una, thank you so much for tuning to the program. I work with Salome. I can't say she's been very good. She's looking after me in the program. Me na nurse. I the nurse one of the NHS hospital. Me na also chairperson for kidney disease prevention Sierra Leone. It's a kidney charity for Sierra Leoneans, and are so much involved in other activities in the community. So thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Okay, the last time we talk now, so we'll be talking about the year of the nurse, and right now, whose time not be a better time for me we talk about the role where nurses then they play, the work where the nurses then they play. Una the year then they talk about key workers. Who that then key workers there so? Now the nurses then. Before the patient they meet the doctor, they don't meet the nurse first. So now the nurses them, now then are the first points of call, whether not triage system then they, whether not A&E then they, before they meet the doctor, now the nurses then first and they meet. Inside this COVID, from where we don't start inside March, where it don't serious like the United Kingdom, up to today, we don't see say, but who we company they don't die. Even we na mental health, we company they don't die. So we want for member they one and day, let God give them good, like what we say in our country. Then try for fight for people their life, then left na the war. So we pray say God will have mercy on them. The one that we don't die inside this first month back when at the Ramadan month, let God have mercy on them. Let God sorry for them and grant them al-Jannah. So today we will talk again for with nurses the way they all over the world and even Mama Salone. The challenges them where the nurses so they face na the world, because some side they will get everything, some side they will not get nothing when it comes to nursing practice, opportunities, leadership, the training self. Like we na so na UK or the one way they na America, if you na nurse, the trust where they work for by force them for train you, by force where you done for train where they work for them. They get training the way they call mandatory training, where you get for do you self after every 3 years you for do you revalidation for sure say you brain still they work for let you carry on this nursing process, assessing people, all kind of work where you do as a nurse, then get for assess you back for me you able for do that and they even care planning. But some country then they will not get that opportunity yeah. So the challenges the way we now so they face, like if you're not black and ethnic minority, you got your own challenges where they face. If you're not person where not just the healthcare assistant, you got your challenges where they face. If you're not the nurse, self within the world or the community you do, you get your challenges. But all not lost, because other opportunities than the way you get, then they train you for free. Yeah, where you they train them for being a nurse. Past recently when I say people begin pay, but where we been they do nursing. Now then they pay we for even go do the nursing. But now we understand say nurses and they pay. When they're done, then do what they're able for do for them. So that they know the salon. So today we want to talk about the challenges there and for commend the nurses them all over the world, because even salon today they don't get this coronavirus infection, don't they? Some people don't die. The case they increase. And would then force them go meet the patient them, now the nurses them. So we want for commend the nurses them. We want for tell them thank you, and we tell them say, may they not afraid. Let them just do what they say them for do. Wear what you supposed for wear you glove, wear you mask now your face so that you not go inhale anything where if you dey near a patient. Then if you dey walk on the streets, wear your gloves, and hand washing very important. Wash your hand, also just wash your hand bottle water with water, you send and so like waiting, you get for really wash your hand with so for 20 seconds. Now that they make the virus go away. And this coronavirus, which we want to talk about, or the advice I want give, not so the virus really would they try for kill. Now the thing that way they do to your body, the fever, that mean they say we give you fever, take paracetamol, where they get rid of the fever. If you dey cough, you need to go hospital. Because that's ending now, each side way your lungs they don't begin get problem, you get for go hospital for let them give you more medicine for that day. But do ya, I know say salon, they just gonna any OC open tap water come on. So take it in now water when you go get, so say they work at 2 months for go get water. So it's very difficult for like just tell people that say water. But do ya, for we own health and we family, let we practice for wash we hand. Because we hand that they will kill all the bacteria, the germs, the viruses, all that this hand first, now they go. So today we talk about the challenges them when nurses and they face all over the world, but especially Mama Salone. I don't go salon for some months. I work na the Ministry of Health. We know say challenges and they plenty. Salon and now then they try for do continuous professional development. Now this country where you don't qualify, where you come out every year, so every 3 months you get calls where they do. For sure say you fit for do the work, and for men and give you more sense for the work where they do. But that did not happen at salon yet. If you see somebody they salon a nurse, where he go for go do a continuous professional development, no say something an NGO they work for or some private hospital they work for. Now then they empower them, get that opportunity for go do that. But if at the government hospital, you not get standing. And the new direction, then promise you say where they can and they put more emphasis on health. Because the past self talk say in believe say people the healthcare now in a paramount thing to, but we nurses them. If we not empower them, we not give them leadership roles, we not educate them properly, we not invest in them, they're not go able for do anything for we people them. Because before you meet the doctor and the nurse, first you they meet. If this nurse here, now I don't know nurse. Anything you ask her, I don't know. Nurse waiting to me picking, I don't know. Nurse who's medicine me picking they take, I don't know. You know say you don't meet the I don't know nurse. You work not they work, you possibly not go better with that. So we want the government empower the nurses, let them know everything. Let them know everything where it comes to patient care. So on that note, I will left Auntie Bintu himself, make it talk something about waiting at some of these challenges there where we people in a salon. We nurses, they're not just people there, the nurses and the midwife there. Because they don't do a strategic plan where they go from now up to 2023. But we don't see boku strategic plans where they don't do na salon. But we hope say this one where they don't do for nursing them and the midwife them, they go hold water for with this thing because we want with a knock with chest say we not they go Ghana again for treatment. Now when we sick na salon, self then the men we. If we get cancer, self then the men we na salon one for both street darling. Every year we they produce thousands of nurses. That will not left them back for God aside for go get well body. So I go let Miss Bintu himself talk something about this. Thank you.
Yeah, well, just as you don't say, Year of the Nurse 2020, we they talk about the role of nurses, what they do, and who supports them will need, and how each government and go able for support the nurses they are for they able for do waiting, they able for do their work. And clearly, this pandemic, now the world don't really show the importance how we value we nurses them. And 3 weeks ago, we talked about World Health Day, where this new report come out, where the nursing report, global nursing report, it highlight lots of the challenges them with the whole world they face. And they even highlight, say there's a lot of gaps in terms of the nursing workforce, because currently nursing, they make the largest workforce in the whole world. We are about 28 million nurses worldwide. But even though we are 28 million nurses worldwide, we're still short of nurses than globally.
Yes.
So we are 5.9 million nurses short. So this report highlight a lot of things but the main areas of focus now nursing education. How we go able for strengthen the nursing education, and also we look at the jobs as well. How we go able for recruit and retain we nurses then when we don't educate them. Then we will be able for monitor with nurse mobility as well, and try for see how we go able for keep the nurses there, we don't train them, because if you don't go invest in a nurse, you don't train them up to 3 to 4 years, you go expect, say, that nurse will get a job when he finish in training. But in certain situation, for example, in Sierra Leone, I understand, said a lot of nurses them we don't qualify, we not get PIN code. And the reports really highlights with SALONE situation that we are really, really short of nurses. And this report, it aim at a 10-year targets, where then the aim say the whole world will get a universal health coverage by 2030. And then they try to make all organizations, all countries for commit to this 10 years of action, where then we're able for strengthening the workforce. Like SALONE now, then say we will need about 10 to 20,000 nurses, where at the moment, I think we're just around 5,000. But the good thing where the government, this new government don't do, they don't set up, then clearly say, then see where they're lacking, then see who side they're weak and the healthcare system, so then come up with these documents when at the National Nursing and Midwifery Strategic Plan, where start from the period of 2019 to 2023, when a 5-year plan, they highlight all of the things them where they lack, they look at them weaknesses, they look at their strength, they look at them also opportunities, how they were able for improve and seek where they were able to get, and they look at the threats as well, waiting they feel say go in that this plan. So they look at all, and it's a very good document where I feel say is very, very useful, where the government don't put something in place where we go able to work towards. But the only thing is how effective we go able to monitor these things, this strategy where they don't put in place.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Yeah, so most of the nurses that like what they say, na SALONE, na volunteers them. Imagine you they pay for yourself for go do nursing. When you done, they're not they pay you. You get for go volunteer. Now that make you they see most of the volunteer nurses them. Then they work out with the pharmacy. Then get the medicine and them bag where they work out with. And you lay complain self. I don't think say anybody they do something, because they will tell you say they're not they pay them. Where they sell in small paracetamol, now they eat, they get money. But that enough will happen. Because if we encourage that day, now the people them waiting at the hospital, their life will be put at risk. And as a nurse, you for serve the public, for give them the high standard of healthcare. Not so for me you put medicine in your bag, sun go beat a whole day, by the time you give the patient. By the time you give the patient, the medicines until it don't expire or in power all done. So what are some of these challenges the way we face na Mama SALONE for we nurses then? By the way, this topic here so is very, very important to we nurses then. Because we they go SALONE, we they see how we sister nurses and they practice. And we want for let that bad practice they done. But if you look at most of the nurses themselves within this country, they're not interested. Like this year, they say the year of the nurse and midwife. Big celebration they go on all over, even the nurses in a SALONE, with the chief nursing and midwifery officer, Mary Fuller. It come for meeting so much. before this COVID scatter all over the place. Then come, wait till you then come, because then bent now for make sure say them do changes in the way nursing education they happen at Salone. Every headquarter town, if I not lie, go get a school of nursing. How accredited these people they are so where they do this nursing? What's not the credits? The one where they lecture, what's in the qualification? So all these things that they will go for look at continuous professional development. How do they go about them? Who are the people that way they do training? We're pertaining to everybody in your side way in specialty. Who are them? You go see all the nurses then at Salone, most of them. Now then SECHN. They say they don't pull down there because then she say they all know that's to that standard for let them actually deliver a good quality of care. So what will they do? Will they beg up our government for let them improve on the nursing education and let them bend on this continuous professional development like every other country for let them produce nurses their way good. Then the schools then let them make sure say the schools then get that kind of accreditation where go make anybody where them produce as a nurse, that person they up to scratch. Because nursing now an innovation. Every year we get new diseases. As the new diseases they come, now so new medication they come. If you not update you nurses them, how they go treat anybody? If they not get the knowledge, how they go able to pass this knowledge to anybody? Leadership. We want people that were mentors. We want nurse leaders. We want people that were the head clinics them. If they not get even access to a computer or they're not even computer literate, how they go do all that? So there's lots of things that were very challenging for the nursing and midwifery profession na Salone. Very, very challenging. But we dey pray say with this year of the nurse and midwife, where even the chief nursing and midwifery officer don't can attend, we dey pray say everything we don't can learn now, he go put that into practice within team because he gets a very good team. Involve them all, he go get support from the chief medical officer, go get support from even the minister or the Ministry of Health Services. So I don't know if you want to any light on that.
Yeah, with the nursing profession and the government highlights and panel documents say the education, the pre-education into nursing now very weak because most of the nurses they're not able to get marks in science. And I understand say for lady get the entry level to nursing when I RN, you forget maths and English. Where most of them not able to get the credit for maths and English, now make them can go do that SECHN when at the entry level. So now make you find out say most of the majority of the nurses there where we get a free tour that the SCHN them but pass the registered nurses them. So that the one of the challenges then down there what we face where the government really need for try for strengthening the primary education before they get into nursing. And for able to get a good nursing tutors them, we're able to teach the right subject them, the curriculum they in place, but then for able to let the student then go able to engage with the contents of their studies and their curriculum so that they were able to come out to be good nurses, because it's not only waiting the government they do for you for let you educate. It's our willing and your attitude to learning. It makes a lot of difference as a nurse, because I know say in other parts of the world, nurses are highly regarded, but for Salone, I don't think the nurses are much, probably, I stand to be corrected, I don't think say nurses then get that much respect or being seen as it's a noble profession because of the way nursing done in a Salone now, the healthcare system very weak, the regulation, the nurses, their attitude, they're not probably not they regulate their code of conduct, because as a nurse, one of the things them, if we're able for prioritize people them, that means the public forget confidence in we, as a nurse, we get for earn the confidence of the public. The public need for trust we as nurses for say we're able to look after them, for able for be confidential in, you know, confidentiality, which is a big one. You know, means the way you now nurse, you go look after a patient where you know when are your neighbor, where you come back now or say, for example, I see this one I'm in hospital today. You're not supposed to be so, but how is that regulated? Did the nurses know the value of confidentiality? And not only that, also consent. You know, you get for take consent for treat somebody. If it's somebody not agree, you get for left, you get for respect people them, right to privacy and then dignity, and treat everybody equally, and treat everybody without judging them irrespective of their age or sexual orientation. Do we have that in place? Do we nurses then get that common foundation there for able for know, say these are the attributes of a nurse. These are the way where we get for be able for practice for become an excellent nurse at the end of our 3 or 4 years of training, and able for practice effectively as a nurse, not only for be a nurse, but when you come out, you're able for practice effectively, you're able for know what you they do, you know, because I make them they assess you in 3 areas in nurses: your skills, your knowledge, and your attitude. You know, for be a nurse, you get the right attitude. And also for able for promote safety. Your patients down that you care, you for do no harm to them. If you're able for protect them, make sure say, whilst then they're under your care, if you make sure they're safe, you get for look after them best patient in your best interest. And also you get for be a professional inside, whether you there now your uniform or a place of work or out of work, you get for maintain your professionalism as a nurse. Not to just where you wear the uniform, where you're at work, you say you're not a nurse. When you come out, you're doing something different. That's not a nurse. A nurse, you get for be a professional as all time. So some of them here, so I think these are the basic where we nurses they need for able for understand, and able if they get this basic foundation and know the value of nursing or waiting and they're going to, then they go really help them for become a very good nurses and get people that will go able for be a very good role model to them. We're going to be a very good mentors to them, where they will look forward to, where they will look up to, where they will aspire to.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, would they talk about the year of the nurse and the challenges that we nurses and all over the world they face? But today we dey dwell on Mama Salone, because now we your home, and now there we get with nurses that way we work for more than 7 days on top. Because when we people they sick, not so they all get money for go Ghana, not so they all get money for fly go UK or America or India. So this document where they don't put the strategic plan for nurses and midwives and salon. The weaknesses the way they show. I want for just read some now. So where if you then at this country, you know somebody where they lecture in nursing or in any healthcare facility, you know say you for go back na salon and go give you time. So then people here so. Because together we go make it happen. Now that they talk about universal health coverage, leaving no one behind. It like the woman where they na the village, they plant in Jakato, they cook in Pemaun, they cook in fish where you just go pull na water, it not get light. If he's sick, healthcare for meter usai. Not so all man get money for even come middle top. So if you say universal health coverage, for let Mama Salone meet this pledge, for let healthcare meet everybody, no matter who that you be, no matter who say you born, no matter whose area you dey, you be woman, you be man, you be pikin, you be gay, lesbian, anyhow you be, this for meet you. But I don't make this pledge here. But some of the weaknesses the way they don't show. Now I want they say weak accreditation. That means say the schools them no get that kind of credit where they forget for let them tinap tranga. They say weak regulatory structures of schools and teachers. The for regulate the teachers them and the schools them. They say it's very weak. Let we try, we waiting at the diaspora for go back na salon and make sure say we strengthen these structures and for do this regulatory year, so make with people then benefit. We dey come here, some man dey come here, they go salon 3 months, 4 months. So say you even go for 1 week, you go sick. You go glad if you go na your hospital where you know say the nurses they're not they up to scratch. You know go able. People then they left here, then they go salon, small thing they do them, then they perish, then they die. We don't get picking the way left here, well, one, then go small thing happen to them. Then do operation for them. That aftercare no they then die. Big picking them where the mama they don't suffer with, they will not want that they happen. Now that way we deal with for say things they work straight. They say inadequate supportive supervision and mentoring. We not get mentors them for let them support the new nurses them. When are they salon where opportunities they come, they say this opportunity don't come for go so place. But we want nurses that way they between the age of 30, 25 and 30. Wallahi, no nurse no day that age day. We go meet that criteria they forgo. We nurses them all now all the people them where nobody now want invest in them for men and go study. They want for investing picking their way young. So now people they're not discouraged for encourage them people that for men and go do nursing a noble profession. And like now where they don't really identify their strengths, their weaknesses, the opportunities where they and the threats where they I think say we for try and encourage the young one and for go. Then they say scholarship don't come up. We want young people at 25 years of age, 28, 29, 30 for go study. You know, they see that kind of picking day where they into nursing. Now they not poilats for mama salon. That means say we nurses they're all in the next 2, 3, 4 years, they're all they retire. We'll not even get the number where we supposed to get for 2 people there. Then they all can retire in the next 5 years. How we go do? We hospital they go there, they're not getting nurse. So we need for do something about that. They say no direct entry programs for midwifery at diploma and undergraduate levels. When I know it's in an name, no collaboration among the 3 schools, low staff salary. Now the other thing that they where I made it talk. Then they pay their money, then go school, then pay for themselves, then graduate, then when they go work, the money no they do anything for them. We know like 10 years back, almost they pay nurses, they not even buy 1 bag dress for them. We want let the government invest in nurses if you want let healthcare improve now in country. They say non-conducive working environment. You they go na one word, even water, tap not they run. Toilet facility not there. The hygiene so poor na some hospital there. We want the government invest in the infrastructure. We say the nurses here, they practice for medicine well and do something with well body for other people there. And if you not get the knowledge, you not go give knowledge to anybody who will talk about mentorship, leadership. You can't give what you don't have. And if you're not well, you're not gonna make somebody well. You get for well, you get well body eating not ken before you say go mend person. If you sick, you're not gonna mend other person with sick. So now the weaknesses and this way they say then get excess number of SECHNs. Now this should be the talk. The nurses that were not really they that kind grade way for do work. Now them plenty pass all man. Now I make even the program for that and they don't stop. They say let us stop for do this now. Anybody want go into nursing, if they go as somebody will go qualify as a registered nurse now the country. So in a BSc level and all. So when you pull there, you know say you don't get good nurses there. Then they say limited learning space and available resources. Example, equipment skills lab, laboratory, IT and computer lab, office furniture, teaching, learning, and aids. Imagine teaching aids and for nurses then. Lab not the way that people also go even learn how for do bloods and all that. If that is not the now start healthcare, you go run. So now the weakness is that this way we nurses and a salon gets. You see, they say limited inadequate funding for schools, limited number of midwife tutors. That's why at the top. Teacher they not they for let them teach them people we are so waiting they're supposed for do. No programs in nursing, example SRN, SEN, and BSc. It dey now, but a small one. You know, they see people that will go fax say, they go do me BSc. And what will be the talk, the threat? the worst way the pikin and the sit when at the O-level standard. If pikin not get good result from that worst day, how they go do nursing? In need in biology, in need in sciences, if that they know the how it go. And we not want let people that put politics into the nursing career or the nursing curriculum. If you want to you picky, you brother picky, you sister picky, you want to go be a nurse, make it go sit, it gets a subject there. That's why they not get no underhand game for play. And they go and then go take up. But if we put everything into politics, oh mina this person, this is my sister picky, I want you take a power. Elect na 50 una be once, it don't be 51, una go still take them. We not want let them they happen. We want let them do them in a way where everybody go benefit. You see, assessment methodology does not match level of training. Assessment methodology does not match level of training. Unlimited research, absence of standard of practice, absence of scope of practice, curriculum not competency based, lack of coordination between Ministry of Health and the rest of the other stakeholders, uncoordinated in-service training, curriculum does not reflect clinical practice. Yeah, that's how they not so all thing where they learn na the classroom you they go do na what not so you they learn on the job as a nurse. You they learn on the job. But if find at least where you in a class, they then teach you something, where you go na the word, you go able for know say, they're not been going to depth, so but we be know something about this. Because nursing, you know, they learn on a classroom where you come out, you then at the job, now they meet the patient, and we go come, now they you go learn, say, yeah, they go teach you about confidentiality in training, they go tell you about record keeping, but where you then at the word, now they do it. I don't work na some word and na salon. Now the in charge, now they do all the notes then. If you not do notes for you patient, then how you go know how for do record keeping or even for record things that will don't happen to them. You get for learn how for record, you get for learn all that stuff that they. Then the threats then they say political interference. This way I just say. Now the threats then they political interference, weak educational foundation, especially in science subjects, poor social perception of nursing and midwifery, malpractices around assignation of WAS results in the right students. You see, donor-driven funding and influence, urbanization leading to large class sizes, then international competition. Now the threats in this, if somebody does salon, something happen and say the nurses therefore even do like a competition, like a worldwide competition, what see them go able for do? They're not able for do nothing. The threats them they political interference, this person like the person not even gets even selective entrance. You not even pass and then go first school for a back way, you go learn, say you don't read GCE. And if you not get that foundation, you're not able for do anything. That foundation, no, they just they push them because they get political affiliation. If we say we they do that and they we're not go able to get nurses that we go work and provide a high standard of care for we people that are salon. And we need that day. If we want for meet universal coverage, leaving no one behind, whether a mentally ill person, we need for try and bring with nurses that up to date. Tell the nurses they say this job, nobody not able for pay you money where you go gentry. Now God now they bless you for the work way they do. So you for do them diligently. You for do them diligently. So now then so we go while we play the video because when this COVID day now, we they see say the nurses then they do a wonderful job, amazing job. Like how they say, before the patient go meet the doctor, now the nurse first in the meet. And we don't lost loads of nurses there right now. Loads of them, especially from the Black and ethnic minority group, we don't lost with nurses there, with sisters and with brothers there, with consultants there, we doctors there, most of them don't die. We want for just play 2 videos. Let we just see how people they're waiting at people their perception of we the nurses then today. Let we watch that video they please. And we want for welcome people that we don't join we. If they want, let them ask questions. If they want, let them phone and make their own contribution, because this is all about Mama Salone. Not about me, not about Bintu, not about VOS, any contribution where you do today. Now, because you want to say we healthcare and salon improve, so that we say go both say, but if I go salon, say if I go sick, I know say me people that they take care of me. But hey, me, why they go safe? I they care all my medicine, I go because me hate self after I don't joke na plane for car. We'll not forget that perception day. And if you there as a diaspora, all the weaknesses we are readouts. If you able for contribute for let that they be a better thing for the let it become a strength, please feel free for go salon and go to the ministry. Tell them waiting like capabilities, what you able for do for Mama Salone, and God will bless you for do that. So please go watch the videos then too, and then we continue from that. Thank you.
Nurses are the real-time heroes, and they are at the frontline heroes.
My motivation was just helping people.
Someone that can sacrifice his life to save someone's life.
I love my job, my work.
We have COVID patients, they're trickling in.
I saw the city that became silent in these weeks.
It's so busy. I think that I spend a lot of time with COVID-19.
We started to apply all the measures to avoid the contact, and all of a sudden I am infected.
The inflows of patients and is really overwhelming.
간호사라는 소명의식이 가장 큰 힘이라고 생각합니다.
We're seeing services transform overnight.
Surgery wards became COVID wards.
We have a clinic in the garage, totally detached from the main hospitals.
Y son las enfermeras las que están a su lado, o a veces consiguen hacer videollamadas entre el paciente y la familia para que puedan despedirse o puedan hablar.
Our labs have been informing us that they are slowly running out of test kits.
We're working on making the videos for donning and doffing of PPE, how to wear a mask properly.
We still have a shortage of nurses.
If we can have enough staff and provide the right equipment, I think it will be easier to care for the volume of patients.
Take our ideas into account and listen to us.
The care is still there. You can still see even behind a mask.
To my colleague nurses, I want to say, you just inspire me.
We are motivated because right now, if we don't do it now, I don't think there will be another chance for us to do.
Please stay home for us.
We've got this, we can do this. It's the nursing that will make such a difference.
Okay, una welcome back. Una know the one that we don't join we want for welcome una call in, una make una contribution. These are a very important topic, but I know say not to everybody interested because we get lots of Sierra Leoneans in the UK or America where actually they into the healthcare system. So just imagine if all the nurses there, we do a survey in 2014 where they ask afford for do. We been do that survey, they will be get over 62,000 Sierra Leoneans in the UK where they into healthcare. So if 1/4 of that number they go salon, say then they go do something at the hospitals there, even for just transfer skills, or make sure say the nurses them get some lectures from them. I think say it be for good. Transfer skills, build capacity of them nurses, then they say go look forward. Say will they come with people then they come for can teach we so that we say go be like them in a good way. So that they know they happen. Now people then they go do them training, then come out, job not day. I go wale Miss Bintu self to a light on these job opportunities. First time person they come out salon ikaya for waka, ikaya apply for job in nursing, then they get. But now because we education system go down at salon, the schools then go down, foundation not day. Even some people could come out university, you know what for even take them for employ them because of the level. When they talk now, you go feel say primary school self they not go, and this now graduates them. But also say that they don't improve greatly these days. They don't really improve. But even having said that, we basic the foundation for start with the primary schools then where we picking and they go. Now they the basic for day, now they the foundation for day. If you build us, you not build up a proper foundation, it go crumble one day and broke. That's what the matter man. When it comes to education, we for try and make the picking and get that foundation. They will go carry and go far. They let them go university, they don't get them basic. So I will let you do a light on the employment thing we talk about. Thank you.
Yeah, so the World Nursing Report talk about education, it talk about jobs and also leadership, and say for focus on N3. So with the reports, they say about 1 in 8 nurses, they practice in a country where they're not born or trained. I think we all fall under that category. We're not born, but now we they train as a nurse. So the reports highlight that. It say about 80% of the world nurses work in countries that are home to half of the world's population. And then talk about, say, the shortages of nurses. They recommend at least each country, including Salone, for recruit at least 8% of nurses each year by 2030. So now the only way that they can go able to bridge that gap, especially where we low on nurses. I think the number of nurses in Salone about 5,000, where by 2030 we want about 10 to 20,000 nurses. So in order for us to get that, we need to recruit 8% of the nursing population every year. And with the challenges, of course, nursing, I must say, I enjoy my nursing career, and I'm happy where I am now in my nursing profession. And I think there's a reason why I make her go into nursing. One, because I'm a passionate person, a caring. I want the best for people, them, especially when you go see them, they're vulnerable, they're independent, they're frail. So that's my motivation. I'm my own passion that they were going to nursing. But so many people them go into nursing for different reasons. Like for Salone, maybe the women, because they say 90%, and the statistics say 90% are female woman nurses, the only 10% of male make the nursing workforce in Salone. And maybe the reason why I make plenty women and they go into nurses in even Salone, maybe they just want to feel belong, or forget a purpose in life or say, I want to belong to a profession. Nursing might be one of them. Or I just want to go into nursing so that when I'm done, I go open a small clinic where I go to sell pharmacy, or I make me clinic, or I just want to do nursing so that I go to go na people they host them for they go treat them when they get malaria or typhoid. It's the people that go into nursing for a different reason. And like a salon now, there is no regulation of their nurses there. We don't qualify. We don't get job where they go treat people and they host and drip and give people them. So maybe some people, some of the nurses then say that the way that they were able to make money, go into nursing, but they not actually get passion to be a nurse, but they just want to go there so that they were able to get that access and flexible to say, you're not a nurse, you they do this, because it is really illegal for claims say you're not a nurse, or much more for say you register as a nurse. It's a criminal offense. You can't claim to be a nurse where you're not a nurse. So going into nursing, that's one of the channels for say, okay, I go be a nurse, then when I'm done, I go begin to treat people then. We need to find out how attractive the nursing profession is, especially in Africa, because I often say it's so attractive, like, yeah. And like for me, coming into nursing, that's my ambition since where at this salon, I want to be a nurse. But the opportunity not be there for me during the war where I left there, I come. So when I kind nursing was one of the things because we are under bursary, then they pay you for go do nursing. So then they attract lot of black ethnic minorities for going to nursing in that part of the world. Where right now, then they say that we make most of the nursing workforce now, where this thing come now, it targets a lot with boku blacks and all that, because we are into nursing because of family problem. We say and say it's easy to come into nursing where you're not going for pay school fee, then they give you money back at the end of your training, during your training, and they give you bursary. So that is really attractive for so many people away just kind of as migrants to the country. So Salone not gets that one day. So we need to know and try to attract the young generation, how we're able to get them into nursing. And not only for get them into nursing, how we're able to keep them, how we constantly keep them engaged in the profession, but then I will not go left. Because what they notice now, the generation of nurses that now we get is completely different from the olden day of nursing. And from the World Nursing Reports, we get about 67% where they're under the age bracket of 35 to 54 years of age. So we get about 67% under this age where they nurse now salon right now. And we get only 23% where now under 35. And we only get about 10% where they above 55. And with the World Nursing Report also say 1 in 6 will retire in the next 10 years, when are also a threat because of the aging population. So we need to see how we're able to attract the young generation, or let them come into nursing, and able to keep them there. So they're not able to go to other countries or migrate because of they know they get the satisfaction at the country, the job satisfaction. Because for let you stay in a job, it doesn't matter any kind of job. For let you stay in a job, you get to get that support, you get to get that job satisfaction. So if you know they get job satisfaction and the working condition, the working environment not conducive for you, and then they get financial constraint, there is no reason for you to let you stay. And we young generation nurses now, then now not so you they tell them waiting for do. Then they work for they want to work with you, not for work for you. So there's a difference. They tell them waiting for do. So you get to know as the nurse leader, we not get enough nurse educators, we not get enough mentors, we not get enough supervisors them. So that one and they can play a very great role where we get a lot of motivators them, we go motivate their nurses there, where then go see a role model in the community, a role model in the country or in the society, say, okay, oh, that's a nurse. I want to be like that nurse. Then they go inspire, but we don't get many of those role models in the community or in Sierra Leone where a nurse, we're able to promote and talk about nursing, how good nursing is, we will make the young generation become attracted to the nursing profession.
Okay, thank you very much. So we they talk about 2020 being the year of the nurse and the challenges the way we nurses them or we the nurses then they face. And today we dey highlight because the Salone government don put together a strategic plan where they talk about wetin are the weaknesses, wetin are the strengths, wetin are the opportunities, and wetin are the threats wey face the nurses dem at Salone, the whole nursing world. We no dey talk about doctors them, where most of them get in private clinics. We dey talk mainly about nurses because this year 2020 is the year of the nurse and midwife. But we not even blame people in a Salone. We not know about this as it is right now. Because even at the UK, yeah, we as nurses, when we dey talk about this, we dey expect say we company nurses that will come on board and support and talk about what are the young challenges that when they face there, even when they in England or America or Australia or China or wherever then they their own small challenge you must dey. Just not being to talk about where people that they qualify, you don't know Uda na Uda. The weaknesses now, so they say poor clinical sites for skills training. They not get signed as Salone, and they actually go like in a lab for those skills. So some people that they go qualify as a nurse, they're not able to do anything. Then weak auditing of pre-registration education programs. Now the same thing they talk about this CPD, where you don't register done, waiting at the thing the way they do, where they empower you for may you be a very good nurse. That old knowledge where you get from where you qualify, you don't practice for 20 years, and that old knowledge now you see they go with. And nursing is an innovation. Look where COVID-19 don't come, the coronavirus don't come. If people do not learn about viruses, about bacteria, they will ask you, what's in this coronavirus? What's in they call so? Because they don't know. Most of us say they're stupid, but not ignorance. They don't know. And when you don't know, you're not go able to do anything. They say absence of standards of licensing and renewal. This time they say that they introduce the continuous professional development. Because if you don't qualify after 3 years, you get for renew your registration and give you license, just like when they do in UK. I don't know. I know say that they do in America, but I don't know how then they do them. But we all they do we how they call it, we revalidation. You go do you reflections. You go show how many training there when a mandatory training where you attend. You go show who that then you go do training with now institutions that where they know. So people that were able to identify say would a nurse or would not a nurse. Because when we qualify, that year we will qualify, we all they get the booklets, we all names there. Say this year, King's College and so nurses and they produce. Then they give you PIN number where unique to you. But Salone people that don't qualify, they don't left, they not get PIN number self. So I can go Salone and say, I name Bintu Bangu, I mean a nurse. Just because I they wear uniform, I go sit down the whole day and sell me mercy wagon and me bag. Nobody know able for question me because I not get PIN. But yeah, you not go on any side, you go get you badge, you go get for they go ask you questions the way go make you say go no say if I go on a police case. So for register as a professional na Salone, they say it's not made public. It's not a gazette for them and say this year we don't pull 50 nurses that don't qualify. Now they name this and then pin this. So if they go to you for job, you go give them the job. Then they know they. So how will they able to identify the nurses? They will not be able. Anybody can go say me na RN. Anybody can go say me na CHO. The community health workers, they win a mini doctors and they do minor surgeries. Anybody can pose like that. It happen na Salone. It happen. People then they were na pharmacy technicians. Then they treat people then at their hostel. Then they get injections. People that begin and they paralyzed. And that thing they know they for say a body they say where you do a drug error or you go do them kind of malpractices and they go struck you off like when they do now. Yeah. If I do a drug error, the patient suffer, even a near miss. They go pull me at the ward first. I get for go train back before I go begin for do medication rounds. But then they know they Salone because that system not there yet in place for let them do that. So as we talk today about the year of the nurse, whether they are winner nurse consultants, we get lots of healthcare professionals in our salon. Na London when a salon and come up, and they all are very brilliant people. Na America as well. If you know, say you fall in that, do ya now for go teach. This is so true. Our nursing institutions are lacking the technical ability to perform their duties. Bobson Kabia, that's really true, Bobson. So what do we do? Now for me, we try and empower them people, then they care with your skills, then go. Let we improve on their skills and make them be better nurses, even better than we were in now. So we people that not go Ghana because they're sick. Another big problem is there are many mushroom nursing schools in the country. What is the government doing to stop all of these schools from this malpractice? Well, then they try for work on that, because like I said, the new direction don't say you go invest in nursing. I think say even we have been there, then October, November, then they go around, they go check the schools them where really they teach nursing. So they want for go see waiting at your curriculum if you fall with the national one. If you not fall with the national one, they're not satisfied, so you go produce nurses them, we go save people their life, not just killers that you go produce, then again for lock down your school day. So that they on, and we hope that the one way they go round for go do that auditing there, go do them back to the best of their ability, they're not go put politics inside, so that they go able for lock the one way, not go produce better people that become nurses there, we life then at their hand. It can be me mama now sick, you go to that particular hospital, that nurse when have been nothing, now they go fix cannula and me mama hand, or now they go give me mama injection, we go chuka na sciatica, you know what I again say he die. So we need for try for prevent that. So if you're not a medical person, you use skills with all and if you can't go salon, one day no more, you go transfer that skills to nurses there. It will go a long way with them. So on that note, another one, if I don't know if you self want for put small thing there, then we go listen to one of we. Okay, now let we listen to one of we sponsors then, please, or we can play with sponsors then back to back. Thank you.
Cotton Tree Pharmacy is your new trusted provider of pharmacy services in Sierra Leone. You can count on Cotton Tree Pharmacy for genuine quality brand name and generic medicines. Guaranteed refills for prescriptions issued by doctors in Sierra Leone or abroad. Door-to-door medication delivery service in Freetown and beyond. Free health education. Have you heard about our Diaspora Medicine Connect? With Cotton Tree Pharmacy's Diaspora Medicine Connect, anyone can pay for your prescription online. Bring your prescription to 17 Pademba Road. Collect an invoice. Send your invoice to your sponsor in the diaspora. Your sponsor pays for your prescription online. We deliver your medication to you. For quality prescription and medications, visit Cotton Tree Pharmacy at 17 Pademba Road in Freetown. Have questions? Call our pharmacist on WhatsApp at 030-611-664 or visit our website at www.cottontreemedicalgroup.com. Come to Cotton Tree Pharmacy. We are ready to fill your next prescription.
Why do a website when you can create an app for your business for free? Yes, with TAV App Maker, you can make an app as easy as pie. It only takes a few minutes. Simply choose a design template you like, add the features you want, and once you are happy with the results, publish it to Google Play and Apple Store. So your clients can download your app. Go to TAVAppmaker.com and create your free app today.
Okay, welcome back to VOS. Today we'll talk about 2020, the year of the nurse and midwife. We hope say una we don't watch, una don't learn something. If you're not a healthcare professional, do ya go transfer some of your skills. So we nurses in a salon and develop them, build up their capacity, because We always there, so elect you not get mama, you not get papa, but you na salon you born, you are within the countries that we get good nurses or good health care, they call mama salon in name they boost we all morale up, we all the glad. We don't talk about the weaknesses where they face the nursing profession. We don't talk about schools. We don't talk about even the individual. We don't talk about teachers. We don't talk about structures, labs, things that were absent when they make the nurses then do it they're able to do. They test them, the foundational day, whether they left school. So when they're going to the nursing school, they don't get the requirements then because political interference day. So we need for talk to we big one them for let them know say every country in healthcare if it good for all the nation. So now we want to talk about leadership. We before we go, I want Nurse Bean to himself make a small contribution to that. What we say leadership, what do you mean by leadership and how you go attain a good leadership?
In the nursing profession, for let an organization strive or any good working nursing workforce, you need a very strong, good leadership. In any organization, you need a very strong leadership that is strong, that is articulate, and you forget good leadership skills. And then talk about leadership. Before in nursing, it's just hierarchy. In nursing, as the hierarchy is still there, the nursing leadership, where from the top to the bottom. So there is so much hierarchy in nursing, and the nursing politics, it starts from the top. So they encourage now in terms of leadership, it's not only the people at the top. They therefore extend the leadership up to the junior staff nurses, then begin teach their leadership so that when they get to the top, they know how to manage and know how to lead. And as a leader, they say, you need to forget all the attributes there as a leader. With the nursing profession, the reports say we get 90% of women them when are nurses them. But when you look at the nursing leadership, there is men who are at the top of the leadership. So they see many women them in the leadership when it comes to leadership, but 90% of them are women where they do nursing.
That you want to say the boss then like chief executives or some trust them or
yes.
Ward managers or the nurse practitioners, most of them are man them.
Not so that they are the same.
Okay.
So not like the chief executives, the top in the nursing hierarchy, most of them now the man them hold the top positions.
Okay.
Then the women then they down. So no, as a leader, you get a very strong presence. You get to be visible. You get to put you things the way you want in place. You get to put what's this word? You get to put some of the things them in place where you go able to demonstrate to the team where you they lead. For say this is my expectation. This is what I want. So you get to lead by example. You get to be a good role model. You get to be a motivator. So that people then be motivated by what you they do. You get to able to transfer your skills, not to for say, okay, make I show you how to do this, or make I tell you how to. You get to say, they tell you how to do this. No, not to that you need to do as a good leader. You get to show the person, and you get to try to get a strategic plan where you be able to train people them in your absence. When a succession planning, you get to get that in place where say if you're not there, other person go able to take up. So you get to be selfless as a leader, and as a leader you get to be able to take risk. You're able to adapt in situations. You're able to make decisions, strong decisions there where say people then go able to follow. You get to be able to transfer your skills them where you get as a leader to the one day where you they manage. That they all as evidence of strong leadership.
Okay. So if you dey salon, we talk say then get problem with leadership. So we want for make the one where they listen, we know about the leadership. You get for lead by example. You get for do. You talk and do. Not to just come and pass instruction, you go your way, you for sure say this thing what they tell you say for do. Mrs. Habida, so let we do it together, let we see. So you self get involved. So we want for make sure say we talk to people there about this leadership, mentorship, all that thing and they if you're not a mentor, you're not a leader. Because now you get for teach the way you don't call being how if for do in nursing job for provide the highest quality of nursing care to in people there. If we not get anybody we call and we not get anybody we don't come, but we know say then they watch we either on YouTube or on Facebook, but they not just call. We welcome them and we tell them thank you for where they don't come join we. We know say this na a topic where it's very dear to we as nurses then because we want for know and be sure say how we serve opportunities now so let we sister in our salon get down there because that will be a big motivation to them. Say where we can go there and they ask you how much then they pay una and I will not they tell them because now they go just shrink their hearts because then they pay we money now when a good money will not go lie. But we sister them they pay you in a salon where you don't buy one bag dress. You mama they with you, papa they with you, all you people that they with you because you're not the nurse. Now you they work. When you don't buy one bag dress from that you pay it, you already left, you know they do anything for you, but they still there and they do the work. So we want to tell the one that we don't join, we thank you. If nobody not call, the one we don't make comments, we don't answer them. Next week we will try and come back with a more maybe funny or interesting because we're not gonna say this is very interesting and very important for let we know say Salone don't actually produce strategic plan and all about nursing for let them highlight within the weaknesses, the strengths, the threats where they get, the opportunities where they get, like where they get loads of stakeholders when they come in. Oh, we have a call. Caller, good evening. Who's a call from? What's in your name?
Mina Bobson Kabia. I call from London.
Thank you,
I just want to talk on the leadership way we sister have been to be talk about in nursing leadership. Hello?
Yes, would they hear you?
Okay. I think one of the big problem where we get when it comes to nursing leadership, now it comes like thing to say it comes from the top. Imagine the matron, for example, a nurse misbehave in the hospital. The matron want take in leadership role for suspend that particular nurse or discipline them. The next minute, if you give them a query letter, the next minute or day, if they receive a call from you building, from top, they're telling us, say, that person where that nurse where is suspended for come back to work. It's not supposed to do that. And they threaten even they tell the matron, say, if you want to stay in your hospital, you get to take time with that particular nurse. So that automatically don't limit the power of the matron. So you're not able to exercise in leadership. We find out back say because of them here where they happen, some of the big senior nurses they will get experience. Those in those days will get the nursing ethics. When they left, they prefer to go somewhere else, go stand quiet. No one come back because they've been frustrated time without number. So for that reason, when they go, they know they want to come back. Then nurses their way when they talk about leadership in the first place. They not even get the ethics from the nursing school. Because when if they see a nurse, the way when he dress, when he don't dress for Canada the world, you look at him, he has the poil. And when you go talk to them, the way they allow you as a patient relative or someone, you feel like, what? Is it real? Because you don't even know if not nurse they talk to or not someone from Dovecourt. Some of them, when the in charges, they want to take action. A lot of them, before they talk, now they call you, say, they can't, in fact, wait up and we want to say you need for big discipline. Now from above, then they seize your salary for. We not even do for you for the day. They know they pay that month. They may not say that post that nurse way they play with. Enough for play with them. So these are the problems. It compromise the leadership of the leaders them. Now the nursing profession. They cannot do their job. At this high time, like Salome say, we the diasporas in this part of the world, first world countries, let me self go. If when you go holiday, you go spend 1 week, 2 weeks, say, okay, I can't ministry, me a social person, I want can give help. Let me show them, teach them. But the other problem is when you come on at this part of the country, you become public enemy number one. You become a threat. So we don't really know who side we day when it comes to helping Sierra Leone. Now that number me one say for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all the one that we don't send in. We say thank you to one of we brilliant nurses, Miss Nima, Ture Conte, Zaza, Abubakar Mansare. Yeah, we wish you all a happy nurses year and week. And May next weekend when our nurses week, we wish you all a good nursing nurses week. Let's set a diaspora nursing group to educating our nurses back home. Marama Sise, Marama Wage, if that's how you pronounce the name, it's a very good thing where you they talk about so. Yes. But I hope say if you get to me on Facebook, we can start for talk day and see how we go do. Because like me, don't go spend like 5 months na SALONE. I don't go volunteer for IOM for 3 months na Kabbalah Hospital where we do lots of work. I know they try for put the nurses then down, but some nurses and they don't qualify even for do a blood pressure. They're not able for do that. If you go give one nurse the blood pressure machine for let it do all the people that are the ward, then blood pressure, you go see say that nurse they all the people that were in that ward now one blood pressure then get. If now 120 over 80, they're all not the same. So either they not want do them or they not even know how for do them. For differentiate the systolic from the diastolic, or even for fix the cough properly, we'll go there to the big vein, we'll go make it get a proper reading, they're not sabi dandy. For take somebody in blood sugar, you know, say the strip, you get for inside the strip in a way, where inside the blood they go 9 for day out. Some nurses they I don't see with me, yeah, I know they cry them down because they don't know. And you know they punish somebody because of ignorance, because they don't know. But inside the blood for this, sometimes then they put inside the machine. So you know they ever get any reading. So all that thing here, so just the small skills then they. If we take our upon we self say that we go teach people then it go good. So we can tell IOM very we can appreciate them, we tell them thank you for where it make we go to some of the hospitals and they, especially when I do go where me being there at Kabbalah Hospital. Up to now, me handwork they did and that's a diabetes clinic where they run when I made they provide most of the things that when they use when it comes to strips and blood pressure machines and glucometers and celebrating World Diabetes Day. Thank you very much, Nima. May 12 is Nurses Day. Thank you so much. We have to do a little bit of show on that just to let people then know, say this thing they happen. And happy Mother's Day to you all. Valley Hadin, thank you so much. So yes, so if you will say what thing we go do for me, we set up something for the nurses that way they are for go. I hope say it go work, because when it comes to putting this kind of structure in place, you they face with so many challenges, because everybody where they SALONE, where they also get an affiliation as SALONE. You go say this not let we do this, but my sister, it go difficult, because if not so the person they lead, it go always try for undermine and for making no work. What's in that person ask?
What can we do here in the diaspora to help?
Okay, what can we do what can we, the people in diaspora, do from here to ensure a proper healthcare system in Sierra Leone? Now, for just go do volunteering in the hospitals and set examples. I think that's what they do. Because like me, go Kabbalah Hospital, I did 3 months with IOM, we transfer skills, we be give lectures, number of people from Touchpad go and do the same thing. So I think that no more take up on your own time. If you go for 3 weeks, if not 2 days, you go na a ward. You teach them within your skills. You transfer that skills so that you build up their capacity. Out of that, people the way you don't train. If not 5, 6 nurses that you train, and they tell you one of them go come out for be good and follow your example and be the one way go they teach the other people then. So that what we say we dey on Voice of Salone Network. If you left message there for we go see them, or we own personal Facebook pages. Left message there for we. If you they go Freetown, it come about the time where other people then they go. You put and say, well, I they go on the 20th of December, coming back on the 4th of January. You go see loads of nurses then go there, they run about that time. When I just pick a few of una way free for that 2 days there and go do the thing. But if you say they do anything formal from here, my sister, you go be disappointed because there will be so many people we go undermine them, people that go make promises where they're not go keep them just for make sure say waiting you as an individual don't start no work. So now that then are the problem what they face day like today. You go plan very good, people that go come around tell you say we go help, then they go just left you, you know. It will make a very good practice. It will be a very good thing if we do that, and they're very challenging to change bad practice. It is challenging to change bad practice, but the moment you begin do them, you persevere. When they go every year, people they go, yes, very true name, but little drops of water make a mighty ocean. If we all go, we they go put stuff together. But my sister will say what we can do. Okay, you're not a nurse but a social worker. I am speaking about monetary commitment. When a data they say get value, get in touch with we through VOS, then we can start from there, you know, because we all way there, so we get organizations. Me get a diabetes NGO and a registered charity in Ayabo. What we they talk about going to teach these nurses, it's not about our organizations, it's about we your commitment what you will do. Maybe we get money, we buy books and when are nursing related books and care and go put them at the library, like when we can go with diabetes, like I buy books from International Diabetes about diabetes care in the primary health, and they go donate them to them. So they go read them, and if they're able to apply it to their own practice, now that's what they do. But it can always find for make, if una did it as a group, una try for meet, the few people we go meet, una go do lots of things, una go make a great impact. You know, yeah, we need fund, but we need for come together before we begin talk about that. And like I say, there are lots of organizations when as Sierra Leoneans, especially healthcare, but everybody want for be the leader, and it not go be so. Some people therefore follow when other people they lead. Because if you say we all lead, we're not go able for do waiting we for do for Mama Salone. So one person therefore lead, then the other one then go follow. But it's like we can't so always they talk about everybody want for shine. And if you say let all man shine, all man not go shine. Some people get for do, some people then get for talk, some people get for write. So now down in more. But please don't hesitate for get in touch with us through Voice of Salone Network, and then we go take them from there, because this Voice of Salone Network now for us Sierra Leoneans then. So if you put out to even the founders of Voice of Salone Network, then go able for tell we more waiting for do, because it's a big organization, international. That's a go know waiting for do for we. So on that note, I go let Nurse Bintu Self one make small comments on that issue there, and then we call them a night. Thank you.
Yeah, so like what you don't say, so it makes so much sense, and the viewers and comments them as well in a very good idea. There are lots of ways we can able for help. As the government self now Salone no say they get lots of low skilled nurses them na Salone. very low skilled nurses there. They not get much specialist nurses there. They not get the opportunity for continuous professional development, like where Salome don't say. So there are a lot of ways where we in the diaspora go able to help Sierra Leone, even if it's not the hands-on nursing skills. We get a lot of things that where people that where they in project management, in leadership position, we go help with writing policies, guidelines, because they know say that they struggle in their areas and we go help them for write them policies, then guidelines, and then code of conduct and nursing regulation. We can understand say the act where they use in 1956, since 1956, where they do that act then and still they use up to date, which is really, and nothing not move on.
Then they change
nothing not move on. So then they don't think about it, and they don't say yes, there's a need for let them change them. So we can help whatever way we're able for help with country. Let we help with country. There are different ways we were able for help, but then again, most of the time, we the diasporans then can get so many challenges when we go na salon for go help, because it's not an easy process for gets to the right people them. It can be so difficult and challenging. If you not get passion for what you want for do, it's a total put off. Then will put you up, then will frustrate your effort. You're not able for go back for do anything. So would they ask the government for let them be flexible, let them be welcoming, so that they were able for accommodatory for where we go there for offer, what you were able for offer. There are a lot of organizations them then at the UK when a health organization them, but then working in collaboration is a big challenge in our community, especially people are not willing to partner, people want to go solo, and that's not going to help. That ain't not the help with country. We got forget this community cohesion. We work together as one, and we go for the betterment of Salone. We go before, because we don't go proud for say we're here, we're doing well in terms of in our nursing career, but then also we come out, the healthcare system is very, very weak. So we need to try and make the effort and put some efforts for help with country. We now Salone now with the help. It doesn't matter who is on, who is not on. So we just need for help as much as we're able to do. So with the left now this evening, we will come back again next week. The health show don't change to Saturday now, every 6 o'clock on a Saturday. So these are new changes. So we view as them. So we're not go tune in every Saturday at 6 o'clock. So I left una to Salome, una good night, una tata.
Thank you very much, Bintu, for your time. We dey take for Kenya, because we dey do this. We know. We all they do this, we they collaborate, we they partner with the Voice of Salone network for make we send a message just so we people there. But as this 2020 now the year of the nurse, and May 12 now the all nurses day, yeah?
12, yeah.
So May 12 now nurses day. I just want to leave a small message for all the nurses then. In a time like this, where everybody they work towards people that your healthcare. Do ya not forget your healthcare? Not forget you and your need. Do ya? No say you seven a human being and you get needs. Sometimes the way you come on, I don't know more, you get a breath of fresh air. You stretch, you waka, makes a big difference. Let we not overload we self with all what they go on social media. We self get with your healthcare needs. Not forget for pick up your prescription. Not forget for go to your doctor where you they get this constant headache. Sleep. Sometimes put your phone away. Put your computer away. Come up at the bright light. Eat healthy. Hydrate your body. People they say, oh, the coronavirus, they didn't you throat. If you not drink, it go dry there, go inside your lungs. Do ya? I want me we hydrate ourselves, because without the water, now we body, even with immune system not go work properly. Bob seen they say we have nursing tutors here. If we can find a way getting mannequins to help organize practical workshops to help them. That's very good, Bob seen. And with Valerie when they talk, when you they do basic life support now yourself, you need mannequins the way you they do your practicals they on. Then thing and they not in a salon at all. Even while been daily, while they teach about basic life support, like if accidents happen, self waiting for people for do that first aid. People do not get an idea. They not be get a clue where they salon and they do the same show and they tell them what you for doing in case of emergencies. Somebody go choke, somebody go get Okada accident, he go broken foot, he go bleed, he go get shock, he go cold. All people stand to watch is maybe first be the person where they video this and put on social media. They're not going to even ask the casualty, are you okay? Waiting they hurt you, they bleed. Somebody go get heart attack, or are they feel bad? When you see get the heart attack in the door, two person all on the hand, two all on the foot, then they go and drag them. All them things here, so we need for make we get where we go teach you people and say when accidents happen, where you did not that same day. You know they save the person life, but they buy time for them so that when he reach hospital, you go know say I don't try my best. So what Mr. Kabia say is very important. We need for get mannequins there if we need for teach about basic life support, intermediate support, anything what we they do. If we carry the practical hands on, then see that they go able for do it, because you're not going to do some practicals on a live person. So that's a very good thing. And thanks you, my sister from Kabbalah. Keep it up. God bless you and our nation. Thank you very much, Abubakar. Yeah, so with that, we want for say Tata, anybody who want help somehow, na salon, be it you want for say let we all meet and do something for buy them mannequin ya will go send na salon, or you know a big person na your own trust where they work for, you know, say then they change their stuff, like if they want get rid of their old mannequins and for do CPR, or they even get a bed, a couch way for take for practice. If you get any cancer babu, then they get in touch with VOS, the number we wanna call on this, or you can call the CEO and tell them say now this you plan for do, then they say will join you and involve with for Mekudua, because we left for do partnership. We want for work in collaboration with other people that we as Sierra Leoneans, then we want to say this strategic plan where the government of Sierra Leone don't do, together with the Ministry of Health and Sanitation and the Directorate of Non-Communicable Diseases, we need for work together. So I thank you very much for everything. Wanna keep watching, wanna keep phoning in, wanna keep sending your contributions. Thank you very much. God bless you all. God bless VOS. God bless Mama Salone. Thank you.
The world is sick, fear has gripped the heart of each inhabitant over the virus. Thousands of lives have been lost. Graveyard is full of competent, talented figures. We are all lost. We don't know what to do to get the cure that see us through. Others are crying, see their children dying. But all is not lost. God, we put our trust in you. We are saying to you, COVID-19, you cannot defeat us. Heal the world, heal the world. Jehovah, we losing too many souls. Heal the world, heal the world. Your love is getting out of control. Your love, your love. Save your people, save the world. Jehovah, Jehovah, save your people, save the world. Wash your hands regular, abstain from being a mingler. Accept isolation until there is solution. Avoid public gathering, let's keep it from spreading. Oh my people, let's take precautions. It's time to wage war against every virus or any outbreak affecting our our lives. We are stronger with God. We are mightier. Yahweh. We are warriors, and we always conquer. Heal the world, heal the world. Jehovah, we losing too many souls. Heal the world, heal the world. Ya Allah, it's getting out of control. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, save your people, save the world. Jehovah, Jehovah, save your people, save the world. The world's hurting, people are searching for hope, Baba, he left to you. Families they die, friends and loved ones them, the one they cry, Yahweh, he left to you. We are praying for solution, we are praying for redemption. It's time to be one like never before. Creating us your right spirit, restore to us the joy of your salvation. Heal the world,